how do you overcome driving anxiety? If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults, and we're going to talk about what do you need to do. You first need to make a plan to take time. You can drive as little as 3 weeks, or it can be 6 weeks. If you're over 18, you need to go to Secretary of State and get something called a TIP. That is the temporary instruction permit. You have to go there and take a knowledge test. You have to pay a fee of about $21. After you pass your test, you will get a certificate that will allow you to drive for about 30 days. During those 30 days, you should be working on your parking, your turning, driving in traffic, reversing, and then merging on onto the expressway. If you're under 18, the process can be a little bit more difficult, where you have to either be 14, 9, 15, or 16. Each age group is a little bit different. The younger people, you may have had some type of emotional trauma, where you've been in an accident and you really feel a lot of anxiety about getting in a car. I do understand how you feel. I was in an accident for myself, and I had to go through some treatment. So you're not alone. So driving anxiety is real. You need to have your support system. This could be your mom, this could be your dad, this could be your cousin, this could be a family friend. You will learn, but you have to set some time for yourself to emotionally get comfortable with the car, for emotionally get comfortable with your instructor, for emotionally get comfortable with yourself. And you have to allow your chance to get into traffic. Some of the hardest things that relate to and build up driving anxiety are literally pulling out in traffic, making a right turn. You need to allow a gap. A gap is the space between your car and another car. And once there's a big gap, you can simply accelerate, look where you're going, and turn in the nearest lane. You want to keep your turn as short as possible. If you've been in more extreme trauma, you might have to get on medication. You might need to talk to a counselor. Driving is a very personal situation. We can't say that, hey, you're going to be just like everyone else, because we are not like everyone else. We're all different. And that's what makes the world beautiful. You want to have an instructor or a coach or your family member who is patient. You don't want anyone screaming at you, hollering at you, because that's going to make you shut down. You want someone who's going to calm you, soothe you, and give you that emotional support, because we all need support. And it's okay to feel vulnerable. I want to let you know this. It's okay to feel vulnerable. Next, let's talk about you want an instructor or your caregiver. You want them to be nice. You don't want them to scream at you in any way, because that's going to make you shut down. And when you shut down, you don't want to be in the car. You don't want to learn. You simply want to go back to your safe place and relax. Driving by nature can be very overwhelming. All the cars, all the lights, all the people around you. Anxiety is real. Being in a small space. For instance, I'm in this car. I'm a larger guy. This can be very claustrophobic to certain people. And I understand that. And it's my job to guide you through the process. And if you're taking the time to look at my content, and hopefully you are, I talk to you about driving anxiety. I talk to you about making those life choices to decide to drive. There are hundreds, if not thousands of people who just don't want to drive, and that's fine. There are people who this algorithm has pushed out to, and they say, hey, this guy is really motivating me. He understands me, and you want to drive. So I want to help you overcome that anxiety. Next, you want someone who's going to make conversation with you. Typically, my students around that third, fourth, fifth, or sixth drive, they start sharing things. Hey, my sister sings in New York. My dad owns this multi-million-dollar company. People are conversational by nature. I'm conversational by nature. We gravitate to like-minded people. A lot of times I'm in the car with people who are very shy, who are very quiet. So it's my job to encourage them to recognize the world around them. And when you get your permit or you get your license or you pass your road test, you will reach success. You'll be able to take yourself to work. You'll be able to go on to a community college. You'll be able to go to a four-year college. You'll be able to go on to get a better paying job because you can drive from your home area to another area or another county. So those things are very important. I want you to know that. So with driving, this will enable you to be independent. And that's what I want as your instructor. That's what your parents want. That's what your teachers want. That's what your coaches want. So, but you have to believe you can do it. And a lot of times we have negativity around us. People saying, no, you can't do it. You won't pass. You can't drive. You have to be strong enough to get away from people who are negative, who will pull you down because they're down. And sometimes you have to change your friend group. That can be really hard. But we're just talking about driving. This is bigger than driving because this will give you independence. Because I see it all the time. I'm an instructor. I see teens 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Mom and dad are enabling them. You need to do driver's education for yourself. You need to take adult ed driving lessons for yourself. You need to watch my content and understand the message behind it. I'm trying to encourage you to get into the car, legally drive, obtain your driving hours, and pass that test. Crush the test. Then I need a job now. You're going to have to get a job. Those things are very important because a car and a job work together. Cars, unless you have a Tesla, cars you have to put gasoline in or diesel. But the Tesla, you have to charge it up. So there's that adult responsibility. Your parents want to see you grow up. I want to see you grow up. I want to see you be successful. And success leads to other success. Greatness leaves clues. Next, you want an instructor or a family member who is considerate, who will understand what you're going through. I understand what your mom and dad said. You know what? Once we get in a car, we'll drive. In a few minutes, you'll be fine. A lot of times, people just need to get into a car to get away from all the negativity. And many times, it's the people in your own home who are holding you back. You have to learn at a certain age to go out on your own. And that's really important. You have to have transportation in order to get to a job, get back home. What if you want to go to downtown? With downtown Dallas, downtown Detroit? Thank you. I do really care. And that's the most passionate thing that someone can say. I care because I've seen it before. I've driven people who are 29, who are 30, who are 35, who've never driven before, who have so much anxiety from various emotional traumas, and they get into the car and they start shaking and convulsing and their hands are sweating. So it's my job as your instructor to help you overcome those vicious things of anxiety. And I've learned to listen. I don't judge. I've heard many, many stories. More coming on that soon. Next, my job is to give positive reinforcement. I support you. I'm the biggest cheerleader, right? Hey, keep the car straight. You're kind of drifting off the road. I need you to aim high. You're going to be making a left turn up here at the light. Move up to the middle of the intersection. Okay, stop. Check traffic. Turn in the nearest lane by the double yellow. I've been doing this over 23 years, and this is who I am. I'm an instructor, a driver's education instructor. I'm a teacher, and I'm blessed to be here to encourage you to seek my content out, to look at the videos, to gain your motivation, because I want to see you all rise to the top, and it takes work. No one is going to do it except for you. You want an instructor who's going to tell stories. I've shared some stories about coming back, and at the end, I always talk to the parents. Thank you, Frank. Always talk to the parents, whether good or bad. I tell them, hey, your son or daughter parallel parked 5 times. Oh my God, they parallel parked. They merged on the expressway. What? Parents can't believe it. But I tell them this because I want the parents to believe in them and trust them. Because mom will say one thing, dad will say one thing. No backseat driving. Whoever's in the front is the co pilot. If a parent is in the back, they should not be talking because that's going to confuse you. Your mom will say go straight, your dad will say turn, and then you'll stop in the middle of the street. Don't put that pressure on yourself. I really don't want you to do that. So you have to learn to take out the people who will definitely take you from your goal and embrace those people who want to help. I want to help you. And each time you listen to these stories, they will encourage you to finish driver's ed, to do a good job, and to go to the DMV, take your test, take your road test. It may take you 1 or 2 times. You might knock down some cones, but through my content, through me encouraging you, I have driver's ed tutorials, road test tutorials. I look at my comments, tell me what you are interested in, and I will make that content. You want visual demonstrations. I always try to show you what's going on, have the GoPro on, going through downtown areas, going in the rain, the snow, the fog, because you're going to be driving in conditions like this. It won't always be beautiful because weather changes all the time. You want someone who's not going to make last minute decisions. You want someone who's going to support you. Okay, you're going to be making a right turn at the light. Take a look, left, right, left. Okay, once you get in the right lane, I need you to make a lane change to the left. At the next light, you're going to make a left. You need them to repeat those instructions. If your caregiver is getting irritated, frustrated, you don't need to be around them because that's going to make you feel insecure. You want someone who's going to listen to you, support you, and just be there. We all need friendship. And your later high school years, earlier 20s, mid 30s is still about friendship. Who can you trust? Who can you listen to? Who can you bare your soul to? Okay? And it's deeper than just driving students. If you really care about people, you're going to listen. And I've heard many stories over the years, and I've learned to just be supportive, don't judge, and listen. You want someone to help you fix your mistakes. We all make mistakes. I've made mistakes. You've made mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. This could be merging on the freeway, not going fast enough. If you were with me, when I take my students on the freeway, they're going too slow. They're not merging and accelerating on the ramp. You want to pick up speed, 40, 45, 50, 55, and get out there. They wait till the last second to merge out. Left turns, they turn too wide. You're going to go in the wrong lane. Right turns, they turn too short, going over the curb. They are blowing yellow lights. If you can stop in 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, you stop in 3 seconds. We prepare for the road test. I'm an actual instructor. I'm not some person just doing videos. I'm very proud to be certified. I'm going through my recertification process again. And what I learned, I'll share with you. If this was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up, follow, subscribe, do all those things to push the algorithm out there. I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate you and I love you. Bye.